Good evening. Superb, superb. So good to see you all. All of you, please turn on your cameras. You know the basic rule here, right? The basic courtesy here is you all turn on your cameras. All of you, you're turning it on. Why? See, why are you joining in the session? For you, right? So the session is for free, but it's actually never for free. In fact, nothing is ever for free. You're paying a price here. Can you tell me what is the price you're paying now, right now? Your time, right? Your time. You are uh, because you have chosen to join in for the session, you have decided to spend hopefully the next 1.5 to 2 hours with me. You have decided it against something. You have said no to 100 different options, which you could have otherwise done because you chose to stay here, right? You said no to a lot of things because you said yes to this. Now, if you're here, why not? Might as well make the most out of the time here. So all of you turn on your cameras. Come on. Puneet, Neetu, Akriti, JC, Bhanupriya, Vandita, Siddhi. Yes. So I can see Hema here. Superb. I see a lot of familiar faces. Hema, Nikita. Then I see Jisha, Shali, my 3 members of a life craft I see here. How many of you here are already members of the 21-day challenge? Already, say I. All the existing members of the 21-day challenge. I, Harvinder, Sadhana, Hema, right? Shaheen, superb. Carol, Nikita, superb. All of you are already members. Hello, Shweta. All of you, waiting for you, waiting for you. Nikita, Shivani, Sujata, all of you turn on your cameras. Okay. So let me tell you a little story about how this workshop came into fruition, okay? It was a Sunday morning, and I decided that, okay, no, the house is not looking good. It's dirty, a lot of dust and dirt has piled up. I need to take some time and I need to clean this up. So I did the unthinkable. I spent 6 hours that day just cleaning up the mess. You might be wondering, 6 hours, what is that? Oh, yes, actually, there was, we rarely take time to take care of home. That's one of the things that we aim to focus on in the coming times. But I started off by mostly, I started off by throwing away and decluttering the clothes that I no longer use, the stuff in the kitchen that are not usable anymore, a lot of cardboard boxes, a lot of stuff that you just store, sort of like, what if we store a lot of things like that, right? What if we use it sometime? And we keep a lot like that. So clearing away a lot of that. And then by the end, I even eventually started throwing away a lot of chairs that was just, lying around. Then beds that had gone, that had started to a little tear. And eventually I saw this huge pile in my home. How many of you saw the video that we shared? We all shared this video for you. Yes, you saw this. I saw this huge pile and we thought, oh my God, in a matter of months, this is the kind of junk we store that is in our home. Now imagine what would happen to us if we never took time to cleanse it, if we never took time to reset ourselves. When we wake up in the morning, what is the first thing we do? We wash our face. Yes. Then we brush. We brush. Anyone here does not brush? I suppose even if there is anyone, you are not be admitting it in a group call, right? So there's a brush. Then most of us take a shower right thing in the morning, and we have an entire system for cleaning our body. Then we mostly, all of us have in some way or the other, we do a basic cleaning of our home, or some of you have maids who come and do the work for you. You have a system for cleaning your home. Yes. But yet, how many of you here have a system for cleansing yourself? By cleansing yourself, I mean cleansing your mind, cleansing your spirit, cleansing your motivation, cleansing your lifestyle? Very few, right? How many of you do you know around you in your home who has a systematic way of cleansing themselves like this? Hema, I know you're amazing. So I know you do, but let's suppose that most people here do, right? Yes, Sadhana ji, I see you're joining the session from the hospital bed. Can you all have a big round of applause to Sadhana for, joining in, right? I mean, I think she's like the Frida Kahlo who's on a hospital bed and then she's taking the session, right? So please don't strain yourself. You can watch, you can enjoy, but what do you say? I want you to prioritize your rest and relaxation more than anything else. All right. Thank you so much for joining in. I'm honored. So we rarely have a system to cleanse our system, ourselves. We cleanse our body by self. I'm not talking about the body. Our minds, our spirit, we rarely have that. And you know what's insane? It is considered normal to wake up with anxiety, to wake up with stress. It is considered normal to feel low most of the time. We hear everyone saying it's okay, and it's considered just normal to feel down. And more than everything, it is considered normal to never achieve your goals or never even set goals. In fact, setting a goal is the exception, right? Setting a clear goal for a category of your life that has become an exception. Think about it, how crazy that is. 100 years ago, people never bathed regularly and we would stink. Now, we don't have to similarly be in a live-in conditions where internally we feel clogged. We can cleanse ourselves. And it is this exact idea that occurred to us that we thought, okay, we need to share this message with everyone. It's important that we share this message. Of course, at the end of the session, I'll obviously be pitching you a program. It's going to be a comprehensive 21-day program where you can work with us. We are going to help you work through the process and I'm going to explain it to you. Of course, we will be doing that. But more than everything, I'm coming from this place that I want to share a very important message. And by the end, I want you to go back with some thoughts that you take back. If nothing, by the end of today, you start believing in that it is important to clean myself internally, just as much as clean myself externally, then I would consider it a win. Yes, comment in I do if you agree. I do. Yes, I do. Superb. So let's begin. I want you to take some time and look back into the year so far. It's 2024. Now, how many months have we passed? Jan, Feb, March, April, May, June, right? 6 months in. Yes, exactly half a year. Exactly half a year, right? How many of you had set New Year resolutions in the beginning of the year? Yes, what is your resolution? I want you to comment in your resolution that you had set. If you didn't set a resolution, tell me. Just say no resolution. Just comment in no resolution. Mine was to set strong boundaries and read more. Okay, me. Okay, I will wake up at 5 a.m. No. JC had not said. Puneet had said, I'll wake up at 5 a.m. How many of you know resolution? No one else has set a resolution. I see only 5 people saying about resolutions. Either you're choosing to just be a passive witness. Okay, no, let me just chill and enjoy while the rest will talk. Either you're just watching passively or you are not engaged. You're not interested enough. Heal myself. Health. Okay. How far have you progressed on your resolution? It's either a goal that you achieve or something that you do. It's something that you have taken action towards or something that you have not taken action towards. I want you to be fully honest with me here. No progress. Thank you so much, Shamili, for being honest. No progress. Yes, what about others? Taken action and improving. Comment in zero if you made zero progress. You can, in fact, if you think you made some progress, you can write a number of 3 or 4. If you think you are really doing well considering the goals that you've done, I want you to comment in an 8 or a 9. You don't have to type long, less progress or anything. Just type in a number. 0 if you have not taken any action. You can comment in a 3 or 4 if you've taken some action. You can give yourself an 8 or 9 if you're doing very well. I see a lot of 6. I see some 6, 7, 4. Okay. A lot of zeros, 2, 3. Okay. 2, 3. Now, what is the reason? If it's on a 0 or if it's on a 3. And by the way, I'm not telling this to make anyone feel bad here. That exactly is not my intention. Because see, I want you to all to understand that if I was just telling the things that were just comfortable and that are nice to hear, then I would be a bad mentor or be a bad coach. Right? What's my primary job as a coach? It is to pull you out of your comfort zones. It is to call you out when you're not doing enough. Yes, you all agree? So you're all not, some of you might not like exactly all the things that I'm going to be telling you. But then I know that you are really not ready to take action. Then that's fine. I'm fine with that. You can come again later. But otherwise, I want you all to think about this. For all the action takers here, why not? Why have we not been able to make progress so far on it? What is the reason for it? It's a really difficult question to answer, right? It's not an easy question to answer. Why? I mean, we can say that I lack consistency, I lack patience, I lack, I'm scared. You can say about family. You can say a lot of different reasons on why we are not taking, why we have not progressed so far. We'll come back to this. Okay, procrastination, fear of failure, 1,000 things, poor planning, time management, poor consistency, setting boundaries. So do not prioritize myself. So you all know exactly the thing. Let me read out the answers. This chat box is gold. Procrastination, fear of failure. Overthinking amidst thousands of things. Poor planning, time management, poor consistency. Setting boundaries is scary. I still please people. I do not prioritize myself. Not consistent. Not fear of failure. Limiting beliefs. This is gold. Sensories asked me to take a screenshot here, right? Kept a yoga trainer, but I myself couldn't do it. Consistency, procrastination. These are the two most common answers. Consistency, procrastination, right? Comment in C, P if consistency and procrastination is your primary reason. Consistency, procrastination is your primary reason. Super. Consistency and procrastination. Now, let's take a moment and understand what does procrastination actually mean. What is really, we use the word a lot. I want to be consistent and I'm procrastinating. Let's take some time and understand this term very correctly. What is this? What is procrastination? You see, procrastination simply means that you are choosing. There are dictionary might provide you a different answer, but this is my understanding. Procrastination simply means you choose to do what you like or what is comfortable rather than what you should really be doing at the time. It is not that you're not doing things, right? It is that you're doing something at some point, even if you're just sitting in, we say so and so, I do nothing, but you're just still sitting and at least, you might at least be scrolling on your phone at the bare minimum, or, you might be right, you might be doing something. But this might necessarily not be what is advancing, what really you need to advance towards your goals. Yes, that is procrastination. That is procrastination for you. Now, before we move on to understand how to overcome procrastination, because that's not an easy question to answer. I myself have struggled a lot with procrastination. Talking about me, I have never been a person who would have anything to do with consistency. I was the person in school who would always sit in the front bench and sleep. I was the person who in college would rarely show up for classes. Then I had, by the end of the college year, I had 32 back papers. 32. That is more than my current age, right? 32 back papers and a year back. And I was never the person anyone to any degree would associate consistency or any level of success with. It just so happened that I realized a few secrets. I realized a few secrets. And once I understood this, I was like, oh my God, this is it. It's not as difficult as we make it to be. Shall I tell you what the secrets are right now? It's actually very easy. The secret is actually very, very easy. Okay, the secrets are very easy. So here you go. I'm going to share with you the golden rules. The golden rules on how to overcome procrastination for life and be consistent at whatever you want. Are you ready? Yes. Comment in I am ready. Comment in red E if you're ready. Red E if you're ready. Let's go. Let's go. I want to see the level of enthusiasm here. Go. I should see the chat box explode at this time. How many participants do we have so far? We have 113 participants. Amazing. 113. So I will say 110 excluding our team members. Right? 110 participants. So I want to see 110 ready. So here are the secrets. Okay. I don't believe in holding back any secrets or holding back any knowledge because, it's actually available on the internet. The knowledge is actually available out there on the internet. The challenge is something else. The challenge is actually implementing. The secret number one to never overcome procrastination, always starting. The first step is to start your day earlier than you're doing right now. If you are a person who is waking up, this is especially applicable for people who typically tend to wake up late. Now, I'm not saying a time on this. 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 5:30, there's no time attached to it. See, let's understand. We all heard 5 a.m., waking up at 5 a.m. is good. And everyone at some point have wanted to wake up at 5 a.m., right? How many of you late risers here? Comment in LR, late risers. LR, late risers. Because early risers, you guys are already sorted on this. So there is very little to see late risers. By late risers, I mean, see, I'll tell you when to know if you're rising up late. As soon as you wake up, you're rushing into the day. You're catching up on, you're going at a breathtaking speed. You're constantly being pushed to do the things that others are asking you to do. And you rarely get any breathing space. If that's how you're starting a day, then you're a late riser. It doesn't mean whether you're waking up at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. Even if you're starting your day on a reactive mode, then you're a late riser, LR. Right? So let's understand why the whole merit of waking up in the morning. Okay. What happens is that in life, there are things that you have to do for yourself. Then there are things that you have to do for others. If you observe, most of your time is spent doing things for others. It's either spend time on taking care of your husbands, your wives, your kids, mostly women here. So it's husbands or your kids. It's spent taking time doing your job, your work, which essentially you're not really doing it for yourself. You're doing it for your boss, and you're doing it so that he can pay the bills, right? And it's spent cooking, cleaning, and we almost all the things in life we do it spending time taking care of others or doing things for others. How many of you agree? Yes. Rarely Rarely we spend time on ourselves. And even if we do spend time on ourselves, what is that spending going to be? It is when we are late into the night, we are tired, and we just want to chill, right? We either spend time scrolling on the phone or watching, or just streaming some movies at the time. This is even our idea of me time. If we do, it has come to this. See, I have nothing against streaming or watching. I am a big movie fan and I make it a point to watch a movie every week. So the problem is not with watching the movie. The problem is that our idea of me time has also come down to spending time making the streaming companies profitable. You Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, super. So now here, think of your bank account. What would happen to your bank account if you constantly kept spending your money and never took any time to save or invest? It would run dry. Yes, no brainer. It would run dry. And that is the same with our life as well. If we never take time to spend time on, if we never take enough time to spend on ourselves, what happens is that we end up draining our own internal battery, our internal power source. The biggest lie we have been sold to, and especially this is true for women, is that you're supposed to always put others' needs above yourself. Nothing could be further from the truth. That you're taught to sacrifice, you're taught to, be a martyr for your family. Nothing could be further from the truth. If you've been to a flight, they give safety instructions, right? How many of you seen in flight? They do this popping, locking, they do this kind of dance and they explain the instructions. They tell first thing, in a case of emergency, give yourself the mask. Give yourself an mask, oxygen mask, then go and help others. Why is that? Because unless you are alive, you cannot help anyone else, my friend. Unless you are feeling good from within, unless you are energized, unless you take time for yourself, you can never really give yourself truly into others. How many of you are having a bulb on moment? Comment in BOM. It's true, right? BOM, if you're having a bulb on moment, means you're like, oh shit, that's true. If I say something and you feel like, oh, that's true, like a bulb lighting, that's a bulb on moment. So you see, unless we take time, and what is this me time, by the way? I want to explain what is me time also. The me time is time that you take to, number one, cleansing yourself internally, like I had said earlier. It is a time that you take to meditate. It is the time that you take to work on a passion project. It is the time that you take to set your priorities, set your intentions for the day. It is the time that you're taking to exercise. I'll tell you, many of our problems will be solved if we just got the habit of regular exercise into our life. And I'm not taking from a weight loss perspective. In fact, for losing weight, you don't need to exercise. You just need to focus on tweak your diet and you will start seeing results. You really exercise for your brain and for your mind. Because when you exercise, you release chemicals such as dopamines and endorphins, which are your feel-good chemicals. Or in other words, they are antidepressants. When we sweat it out, we are really washing our body with feel-good chemicals. And many of our mental emotional problems will be solved if we just brought this habit into our life. This is time that you take for your exercise. This is time that you take to basically think about your life and decide where is it that you want to go. Are you doing the right things in life? We keep doing a lot of things, but are you actually doing the right things? There's nothing more miserable than working very hard and then realizing that you worked on the wrong goals. I've spoken to so many people so far, and from my experience, I know I've spoken to doctors, engineers, lawyers, all the successful people, but they feel like now their life doesn't have any purpose anymore. They feel like they're lived the wrong way. There's nothing more painful than realizing that. This is time that you take to think about your life and your destiny you created. You see, how many of you think that if you got this one habit into your life is completely going to turn around 180 degrees? Comment in 180 in the chat box. 180. You think that if you could get this habit into your life, and this is why I say wake up earlier than you're doing current. It's not about some mystical power that you're going to get by waking up at Brahma Muhurta. What I'm saying is you are activating your energies in this time. And you do this before you start your day. Or at least somewhere, maybe, if some of you might have responsibilities that you can't just avoid, then after that you take time and you recharge yourself at least in this way. Yes. So that's your rule number one. My life changed after I started waking up in the morning. From sleeping at 3 a.m., I started to wake up at 4 a.m. and my life changed. Second, number two, the second golden rule. Are you all ready for the second rule? Yes. Comment in 2 in the chat box if you're ready for rule number 2. Let's go to rule number 2. The rule number 2. The rule number 2 is start with set your intentions for the day. Set your intention for the day. By setting your intention for the day, what I mean is really thinking about what is it that you want to do through the day. Now, see, you can think of this in multiple degrees. Okay. So there is at the very smallest level, you set an intention for the day. For example, you set an intention that I'm going to read 10 pages from a book. Or you set an intention that I'm going to go for walking for 30 minutes. On a very small level, you can set intentions like this. On a larger level, you can set a whole, you can think of an entire comprehensive to-do list for the day. You can think of your weekly goals that you want to set, the weekly things you want to achieve. You can plan your month ahead. In fact, me and Sanchari, we take time and we think of a year ahead in advance. And this does not mean a rock solid plan where everything goes exactly as written. It is a general outline and idea of how we want our year to unfold. Because when we have this vision ahead, see, it is exactly like, the thing is, imagine yourself walking in a forest. It's dark, trees, dangerous, you don't know where you're going. You can't see where you're going. You walk and you end in the most random places. And chances are that you might not like where you're going. But if you can see a clear vision, imagine someone shines a light onto you, a path, a torch, and you can see where you're going. Then not only you save time, you also are able to see you are also able to move confidently. Yes, you feel good walking that way also. Yes. So rule number 2 is plan your day. Set your intentions for the day. This is so important. I can't tell you how important this is. The level of planning that me and Sanchari do is, let me show you our vision planning. Internet has been slow for a while, but hopefully it loads and I'm able to, yes, it's working. So this is my life vision. Since I does it in a physical book, I have done digital. I have made a digital version of it. Okay. So I think about a category. Let's pick one category. So I'll think about my I'll- what's ugly? Let's pick one category, emotional life. By emotional life, I'm writing about the things that emotions that I want to experience. I've written in depth my beliefs around this area, the kind of experience that I want to give myself, my vision. I realize that I realize that I am going to do whatever I do with 100% involvement and integrity. I want to experience staying calm. I want to be a person who's able to make wise decisions. And what are my strategies? I'm going to do things that are going to make me happy. What are the things that makes me happy? Going to the beach once every 2 weeks makes me happy. Giving myself time to exercise makes me happy. Waking up in the morning makes me happy. Eating foods that I like makes me happy. I like to spend time with people who inspire me. I also wrote the things that create anxiety and unhappiness in me. And while I'm actively working towards the things that makes me happy, I'm also actively working to eliminate or delegate the things that makes me unhappy. And this is just one category. If I talk about financial life, and this is so important because many of us are intimidated by the whole topic of finance. I've written exactly what I want to do with the money and not just about earning money, what I want to do, because money is freedom. Money is the experiences. See, what is the value of money? Money is simply the value of money is in the experiences you can buy with it, right? Otherwise, what is it? It's just digital numbers. It's not even papers at this point. It's just numbers. It's all about the experiences you can get yourself, right? The contribution you can make and the experience you can get. So I've written exactly the figures that I want, my vision, what I want to do with it, the and everything, the lifestyle I want to lead, the figures, and every single thing is detailed. And I'm consistently working towards this. On a weekly basis, on a weekly basis, it's loading. It's loading. Let's see. I'll come back to this. I'll try coming back to this later. On a weekly basis, I set my tasks. I set my intentions to do. I set exactly what I want to do so that I take actions. My vision not just lies on the vision, but so that I take actions towards it. On a day-to-day basis, it's loading. But on a day-to-day basis, I time block my calendar so that I'm doing exactly the things that I want to be doing. Now you see, why are these practices so important? While this might seem, how many of you feel at this point, this is a little extreme, I can't do it, it's overwhelming me? Comment in OV if you feel it's just overwhelming. Be honest, be fully honest with me. Overwhelming, right? OV. OV, right? OV. Overwhelming, right? Foggy, right? I mean, it's a little difficult to follow up and you're not able to get a full clarity and picture. I understand. And this is exactly what I thought earlier, right? This is exactly what I thought earlier as well when I first understood these systems. But you know what I realized? You start with small wins. The biggest mistake that we make in our life is we compare our level 2 to someone else's level 200. If you are, see, I didn't form this. I want you to understand that these systems I developed, I did not form it overnight. It's not like a genie came out of the lamp magically and I just gene boom, I got it. It did not work that way. I started by making a to-do list for the day. Then after I did it for 1 week, I thought, okay, no, I could make a to-do list for 1 week. After I did it for 2 weeks, I thought, okay, no, now let me just try making it for a month. After I did that for a couple of months, I realized, okay, now I'm getting better. I'm able to do more of the things. Let me now set a bigger and broader visions. How many of you think if you're working in this way, any goal is achievable? Yes, I find it challenging when office meetings are haphazard. Makes it easier. This is your rule number 3. Take small steps, small progress towards your goals. Take small progress towards your goals. It would be unwise for me to compare myself to what an entrepreneur who does multi crores in business would do, right? Let alone multi crores. I know many people from my community, like the from with my mentors, who are doing amazing things, and it'd be very unwise for me to compare myself to them at this point. But as much as I am doing the things that I can do at this time, I'm trying to constantly step up my game very little more. And I know from experience that if someone gets started in a matter of 10 days, they are going to get such fantastic progress that they wouldn't even be able to recognize myself. Angel here, who's part of our Lifecraft 3, can vouch for you because she joined in. See, let me tell you why she joined. She joined in because she purchased a course from another coach and she was not able to follow it. Many of us do this, right? We buy courses and we are not able to do. I told her, okay, you come, I'll show you how to be consistent, and she's having the best time than ever. Jisha. Jisha recently she came as an extremely, she came in with the feeling of a lot of complex, a lot of internal complex, saying I'm extremely I feel underconfident, I'm not doing enough, I'm procrastinating. And now she was a shining star. We recently did a fashion show and she was a shining star. Right? How was your experience, Disha? I want you to tell me.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't miss it for anything. Like just changed my life. I have spoken to this also, right? My previous life, how it used to be as an IT professional. I know all that what you said, right? I've just come back, and my way of recharging was just watching movies, eating food, and going out. This was the only thing. Now, after
Yes.
joining my life craft, my life has changed so much. Like even if you know, this week also I missed because of some personal issues. But today
Right.
when I couldn't avoid, I had to join, just to get back into the track because I felt I was missing a big part of my life, that morning ritual especially. Because without that, my whole day I was into a lot of anxiety also because I
Right.
missed that routine that I had over the last month. So, that's why I had to, get back to the session today, just to get into that flow. So yeah, it was. I mean, all thanks to you both, and I could join and be part of the family and change myself to a bigger role. A lot of good things happened in my life after joining it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jisha. Thank you so much. And Jisha is one of the 100 different transformation stories that we have. We have Anchal here. We have a lot of people here who keep coming back again and again. They know the workshop. They know they know this. They've done this. Yet they keep coming back. Why? Because they see the value. They see that even if I'm doing it, just by hearing it again, I'm reminded myself again that okay, I need to be on track because it's constant washing. It's like a shower, right? You shower for one day, that's not enough. You need to shower again. You need to shower every single day to feel fresh. And that's exactly with the things you hear as well. You need to keep hearing things that inspire you, that make you, that puts you on a positive energy. You need to keep exposing yourself to that. Otherwise, we tend to fall into a default. We tend to fall into a default state of negativity. So it's so important that we keep inspiring ourselves all the time. Right? Yes. Superb, Nikita. So talk energy management, certainly. That's exactly what I'm going to say. So Nitya, I spoke about morning ritual in the first. That is the very first thing that I said. Okay. So what are the things that I said so far? First thing is you need a morning ritual. Second rule is you need to set intentions for the day. You need to start setting your intentions on a small scale, at least for a day. On a bigger scale, you can do it for a year. And then there are people who plan 10 years ahead. See, if I saw someone who was doing 10 years ahead, I'll be like, oh my God, what is this? I don't even know what if I'll be alive 10 years in the future. So I will get overwhelmed if I see 10 years. So don't, I wanted to show you the possibilities to what it is that a college dropout with 32 back papers is now able to do this in a matter of few years. Imagine what you can do. You are all such brilliant people. Imagine what you could do under the experience of someone, under the guidance of someone who has experience. Okay, so rule number 3 is start with small wins and keep upgrading yourself every single time. All right. Rule number 4. How many of you ready for rule number 4? Yes, rule number 4. 4, comment in 4 if you are ready for your rule number 4. Your rule number 4. Yes, 4. I want to see more. I want to see more. I want to see the chat box really explode. Let's see how many participants are here so far. I see 127. Amazing. It's cool that so everyone has decided to stay so far, and that's amazing. Right? Rule number 4. Okay. Rule number 4 is that a lot of us are trained to do time management. See, if there is any problem, there's a time management. You need to manage time. You need to bring work-life balance. And what is work-life balance? Work-life balance means for the way that most of us are conditioned to believe, it is 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of work, 8 hours of relaxation. That is the general model of time management. But my question to you is this really true? Is it possible that you can work for 4 hours and have your time for 12 hours? Is it possible that you can instead work for maybe 15 hours even and yet feel fully fresh and energetic and get and ready to go, and you do this on a consistent basis? This is what leads me to the concept of energy management. See, thinking about time is a very relative concept. Honestly, 1 hour for me is not the same as 1 hour for you. Think about our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. Third tenure now he's having, right? What is 1 hour for him? Imagine how much he gets done in 1 hour. The number of people, the number of decisions he makes, the number of people he has to delegate with. 1 hour. It's much, much more than we can even think about, right? You think about Ratan Tata. What is he capable of? Shah Rukh Khan. He has multiple businesses. Shah Rukh Khan gets his money not from his just movies. He has multiple businesses. What are they doing then? It is that they are conditioning themselves in peak energy. That is what I want you to understand. If I can, my entire focus is that if I am spending an hour onto it, I want to make sure that, yes, they take the decisions exactly. They have outsourced a lot of things and they take the decisions. But taking decisions is what makes most energy, is what takes most energy, if you really see, because we struggle with taking decisions even for ourselves. And let me tell you, delegation is not easy. Delegation requires consistency. Now, after working with the team, I have Surya who's coming in, and me and Surya are every day in coordination. Only if I am proactive will I be able to make my team members do work. If I am down, why would anyone want to do anything? They can just chill now. So delegation is not easy. Anyway, so coming back, we need to always condition ourselves in peak energy. And how do we do it? There are many, many ways we can do this. One of the easiest way, one of the best ways that we can do it is, in fact, you can all do this right now. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to sit up straight. Sit up straight. And then I want you to take A deep inhalation. I want you to sit up straight, no supporting your head with your hands. Just sit up straight fully. And I want you to follow instructions. I want you to take a deep inhalation and don't just breathe in with your chest, breathe in with your diaphragm. Full air breath. Breathe in with your diaphragm. Full air. Inhale slowly in 4 counts. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once again, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 3, 4. And exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you to now close your ears with your thumb. You can open your eyes and do this, or you can keep your eyes closed. But close your ears with your thumb like this. Then, the next time you inhale, I want you to first do this with me, and then you can do it by yourself. Okay, I want you to first take a deep inhalation. I want you to exhale, making that sound. Could you all hear that? Inhale. So I want you to exhale, slowly drag your exhalation as slow as possible, but I want you to make this sound. So I want you to do this with me. First, take a deep inhalation. Now stop. Gently open your eyes. Look around. How did that feel? Felt amazing, right? You could immediately feel calm. You could feel your head. It suddenly felt like, your head just opened up. You feel different, exactly. You feel different. You feel fresh, calm. Can you consider it an equivalent of a quick shower, internal quick shower? Like you're kind of feeling the same thing that you would feel like you wash your face right now physically. That's similar to that you're feeling. Exactly. It's Brahmari. It's a breathing technique called Brahmari, pranayama. Yes. It's a beautiful practice to have. While, see, and me and Sansari love this because it doesn't take a lot of time. Every time we have to switch from one task to another, we take a pause, we catch our breath, and then we bring ourselves into the zone in this way. So when we do something, we make sure that we don't measure it by the time we spend on it, we measure it by the quality of work we get done in that time. Similarly, you can enhance your physical well-being. Like we already spoke about the importance of a morning routine and an exercise. And I'm adding it on to this, the concept of energy management. Because if you started exercising, you would feel so much different. You would feel your energy coming, you would feel your energy rising, you would feel your you would feel good, you'd feel confident. And weight loss is a side effect. That is just a side effect. The real deal is what you feel, what you actually feel within you, the energy you feel. All the all the top executives, the most uh, uh, affluent people, they all swear by exercise. Why? It's because it works. Similarly, by journaling, by practicing, by really thinking through your life and your goals, you also energize yourself mentally and emotionally. You have your body, you have your mind, you have your spirit. These three things, okay, I'm going to share a truth bomb right now. You have your body, your heart, your spirit, and your mind. If all three are working in harmony, you have the key to your life. Or in other words, if your head and your heart is working in harmony with each other, you have the key to your life. The biggest problem with most of us is that we think of one thing, but we feel like doing another thing. Our body, we want to exercise, but our body says, "Are chal yaar, aaram kar." We want to work, but our mind says, "No, no, no, let's go and enjoy in the beach." It's all a conflict. Internally, a bigger war than World War II is going on inside us, right? A much bigger war than World War II is going inside us. So you want to bring this, you want to bring a harmony within yourself internally. Exactly, the feeling of unrest. There is so much, it's a war raging within us. But imagine if this could go in harmony with one another. Because all of these are tools and assets. These are all our tools and assets which you can use to accomplish great things in the life. And if you are using them, these are working for you, then it's amazing. But if they're working against you, your life becomes hell. Comment in MB if you are mind blown like Akriti. And by the way, the things that I'm sharing, it didn't happen. It's not like I was granted a boon by a god and I just got these realizations. That's not how it works. It happened through small, small wins. Remember the previous principle I said about small, small wins. The very first thing I did is I started waking up in the morning. And then eventually, slowly, things started building up from there, picking up from there. Okay. Yes, realization of a small start. Now, I'm going to move on to the number five. The number five for getting, the number five for having ultimate success in your life or really achieving the goals that you want to do in your life. But before I move on to that, I want you to tell me in the comment box. I want to see how much, if what I'm sharing is landing to you. I want you to tell me in the chat box what have been your biggest uh, realizations so far in the workshop, your biggest bulb on moment. I want you to comment in the chat box. If you have had many amazing realizations, you can tell that as well. I want you to tell me what is it that you felt. What kept me going? Very good question, Anjali. See, the back in that time, I was in the situation where I had to do this for myself because, or otherwise, I would have to go ahead and live a life that I was not happy about. I did not want to go back to college and complete my graduation. I wanted to do something with my passion, but I did not know that. So I had to figure it out. Otherwise, my option number two was to go back to a college I hated, complete my exams, and then get into a job which I had no interest in. Option A, option B. I was left with two options. I had to do this. Your life situation might be very different from mine. I mean, Hardly anyone of you will be able to relate to the college example, but you can put it in your life context. The reason why you need to do this is that the regret, the pain of regret that you're going to feel at the end of your life is going to be much greater than the pain of the efforts you're going to take right now for living the life you want. The pain of regret you're going to feel at the end of the road is going to be much greater than any pain you're going to feel in putting in any efforts right now. Right? We're living in a comfort zone, right? We are living in a complete comfort zone. It's all easy going. We need to just jolt ourselves out of this. Superb. Loving your answers, taking baby steps. Many of you had the bulb moment of taking baby steps. See, your baby step will be very different from mine. Maybe your baby step, your first baby step is that you are getting quality 7 hours of sleep. Instead of rolling around, tossing around in bed, you're actually getting quality sleep and you're waking up refreshed. That's the first thing. If you're getting that, that could be your first step you're taking. Then you have more energy through the day. Then you have more motivation to do more things. Eventually, things compound. Just like money compounds in an investment, this your habits compound in life as well. Moving on to the fifth. The fifth and the one of the most, if not the most important realizations that I've had so far. And this is going to be hard hitting for many of you. When was the last time you learned something actively for the sake of actively with the intention that you're going to apply, you're going to improve, and you're actually, you're going to add value to your life? For many of us, our education stops at school or at college. We learn, maybe we get a little training for job, we do what is necessary. And then after that, we keep going ahead with the motions of life. We keep doing what is required us to do. But rarely we take time to keep educating ourselves. Right? Rarely we take time educating ourselves. Let me tell you the story of my entrepreneurship journey, where it began and where I am at right now. 2016, April 2016, I used to make sketches and I used to post on Instagram. I got a few followers and likes from that, and I was happy just posting my work on Instagram. 2018, I realized that I wanted to do art full time, but I didn't know how. 2020, I launched my first drawing online art workshop with 6 people, 3 of whom I taught for free. 2021, I earned and that month my first income was 6,000 rupees was my first income. I was very proud. I launched my art class and I got it. 2021, 2021, I earned my first 6-figure income in a month. I was happy. Oh, I'm able to do this as well. Then 2022, 2022, that's when Sanchari joined in and we started working together as a team, and we expanded from art classes to teaching journaling. We launched the Zen Gym, and we got a lot of members in a strong community, many of whom are still with us even to this day. Many people I know here have been with us since the Zen Gym times. Right? Neelam, I can see Neelam, Karishma, many of you, Nikita, many of you can see here. Then, in 2022, we got our first, we got our first mentor, our first coach. So until this point, we were earning up to 3.5 lakhs in revenue, and things are going pretty smooth. I was happy. I was following my passion. I was doing things, and things are going good. We were also doing a Zen Gym program where we sold up to 20,000 and we are happy. Then after we got our mentor, first mentor, we earned our first 9 lakh. Then while at one point we were consistently, we were doing 15, 18,000, and that is the cap to which we could charge. We started getting our clients for 1.5 lakhs, 2 lakhs even. While we earlier believed that this was not possible because no one in our family used to do this. Is used to doing this. And if I said that, oh, someone is going to pay me more than a lakh for mentorship or coaching, they would laugh to my face. And I'm sure that many of you would be facing a similar situation. You talk about your dreams and you get laughed at, scorned at. But this is reality. This happened. If you look at our career growth trajectory, if you look at the career growth trajectory, ours would go something like this. Okay. So you can think of the time and you can think of the growth. Okay. This is the time and this is the growth. The typical graph, time, growth. So our growth trajectory would go something like this. First, stuck for a long time, went down, then came up a little, went down, went up, slowly up, then hit a plateau, then went up, hit a plateau. Then we did hit phase our low. But then again, we rose up. Are you all understanding this graph? This is how our growth trajectory would look like. And the difference that we made, we started working with a mentor. And this is when I realized, oh my God, it is so important to work with a person who can make you see past your limitations, because everywhere you look around, you're only seeing people who are thinking in limitations. See, you talk about wanting to achieve, you talk about wanting to start your brand, wanting to earn money through Instagram. You're talking about writing your book. You're talking about, launching your off product. You're talking about, you're having such amazing dreams. How many of you are aspirational entrepreneurs here? Comment in I. If you're an aspirational entrepreneur, you want to create your legacy. You want to create your impact. You want to be famous. You want to do your TED talk. And by aspirational entrepreneur, I'm just talking about doing a coaching or anything. You want to, you want to launch your brand. You want to do TED Talks. You want to inspire others. You want to create impact. Comment in I. If that's you. That's you. You are my people. Right? So, I see. Looks like Nifty. It's this is faster growth than Nifty. This is faster growth than Nifty, I can say. If Nifty gave me such amazing returns, I think I would put all my money in there. Take my money. No, the best investment you can make is yourself. I'm telling you, the best investment you can make is yourself. Nothing like it, because if you exist, the world exists. If you are not there, nothing matters. So here, the biggest challenge you're facing is not lack of strategy. You ask ChatGPT what to do, ChatGPT will tell you what you can do. Okay? It is not about ideas. It is not about not knowing what to do. It's not even about knowledge. See, someone had asked a question, how I launched my first class. It's, right now I am working with certain time limitations. So I won't be able to explain it all. But in a nutshell, this is how I did. I first would used to post on Instagram, and I had around 1,000 people who were following my art. I put a story asking people hey, I'm launching my art class. How many if you're interested? That polls on Instagram, yes, no. To everyone who did yes, I asked for the number in the DM and I called and I told them about the program. That is how I got my sales. Just cold calling people who had no idea and pitching to them. That's how I did. But the thing is, see, now you know this knowledge. But the thing is, it's not lack of knowledge that is stopping you. What is stopping you? It is number one, not able, the inability to implement, right? And why are you not able to implement? This brings us back to the first question with which we started the session with. Why have you not been able to achieve your resolution so far? The reason is everywhere around you, you're seeing limitations. You can't see past what others are doing around you. In order for you to truly succeed, you need someone, you need to be around people who have similar goals, who have similar aspirations, and you're working with them. James Clear, in his famous book Atomic Habits, has mentioned this, that the fastest way to build a habit is to work with people who are already doing it, is to be in an environment where people are engaging in similar behaviors. The fastest way to change a behavior is to be in an environment where people are exhibiting similar behaviors. And it is true. If you're in an environment where everyone is hardworking, you're naturally going to be hardworking. If you're in an environment where everyone is being nice and kind, you will be nice and kind, right? You can't go to Isha Yoga Ashram and it just doesn't work that. You can't go there, stay there for 1 week, and then be all angry. It doesn't work that way. The environment is so good, so good. Everyone tells you, Akka, Anna, so good. You feel like a new person. That's how it is. So, behavior of others plays a key important role. And you need a person who can see past, who has faced a similar challenge that you have faced in the past and has overcome it before. Because why? He knows the path. He has taken the journey so far and he can tell you what you need to do. He can see what you cannot see. And they can guide you exactly on what you need to do. They can guide you exactly on the next steps ahead. This is why mentorship works. The biggest lie we have been sold to is that your education ends after college. It never ends after college. In fact, the most successful people are lifelong learners. Even I still have mentors, I still have coaches, and I continue to learn with them. I still continue to learn with them because you see, I know that this is an investment that I'm making to myself that is going to pay off the most in time. How many of you see the merit in what I'm saying right now? Say I. That you're saying that, oh, yes, this makes sense. I. Pushpa, 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 pushpa. Can anyone do that step? I've tried it, but the tea just fell down. I want you all to hydrate. All of you hydrate, drink water. We've been sitting. It's been more than 1 hour. We've been talking. You've been listening attentively. I can see so many of you not taking a rise off the screen. I want you to drink water. And I want others who have the cameras off to turn it on. Now let me ask you, how many of you are now ready to start implementing on these steps, on these lessons that we've learned so far? At this stage, we can do two things. I'm now going to, we'll now make a habit tracker and you can, based on what we discussed so far, and you can start doing these things on you. We're going to start doing it right away. But how many of you, apart from that, have tried in the past? You have tried doing from YouTube videos, you've tried or reading books and self-help, tried self-help, you made efforts, you've taken courses, but nothing's changed. You really need to be in an environment where others are working with you and you have a mentor supporting you. I want you to comment in me in the chat box, M-E, me. Me. Yes. Nikita, Harvinder, Ambara, Anbarasi, Sharada, Smita, Sneha, Devdatti, Nitu, Anubha, Daspal, tried and failed, right? Superb. Oh, amazing. So Purnima, thank you so much, Purnima, for joining in. Purnima had previously expressed interest for joining in for the 21-day transformation. Then she had a change of heart. She thought like, if I try, even if I join in, I don't think it is going to help me because I don't think I'm going to do it. How many of you feel that way? That if you, even if you take a course, even if you work, not a course, even if you take a mentor, even if you take a program, a 21-day challenge, that I will not be able to do it. How many of you feel that way? How many of you feel that? Yes. You know why this happens? There is lack of trust in, there is lack of faith in yourselves. See, if you are telling yourself that I will take, I can try. It's not like Niranjan and Sansari are bad people. They're good, they're genuine, honest people. But still here, I don't think I'll be able to do it. So I will back off now. If that is you, what you're essentially telling yourself is that your subconscious is that you can't be trusted. Don't invest in yourself. You can't be trusted. You are useless. You have tried and failed so far, so why bother? Tell me, is this something that you would tell your child? Is this something that you would tell your child? Would you tell this to your child or your husband or anyone? Don't try, don't bother. You're going to fail. Anyways, we wasted time, money, effort in you. You will say, try and try 100 times. Try and try till you fail, right? That's exactly what you would tell others. Then why are we telling the opposite to ourselves? Why are we telling the opposite to ourselves? Why are we telling that I can't be trusted? See, a big mismatch, you see that? So the this is the biggest challenge that we face, the lack of trust in ourselves. So I said, Purnima, you take a leap of faith, you come, you are going to be fine. And here she is, and she's going to 100% be happy with this decision so far. So for all of you here, I am, for everyone who has said me, I am dropping a link right now. And I want to see who are the first, who are the quick action takers. So our 21-day program is going to be starting. We are going to be starting with the orientation from tomorrow. The first masterclass is going to be this Saturday. And then we are going to continue till the mid of July. It's going to be a complete 21-day transformation program. I will explain the details, the structure, and everything uh, that is included in it. The program name is Impact Pro. I want to tell you, everyone who's ready to take, I want to tell you this, that this is not a course you're buying. See, we don't do a course. It's not a course. It's something you do along with us. We have done courses in the past, and what we realized is that implementation is what matters more than everything else. So we don't do course, but instead it's a guided mentorship program. So instead you attend a masterclass, but daily there are going to be tasks and responsibilities that you have to do. You have to do those daily tasks and you have to start seeing the results in yourself in that way. So it's a daily task. Surya has already shared the link in the chat box here. Surya, can you also please share it in the WhatsApp groups? Yes, thank you so much. Surya's real amazing help, all the broadcasts you've been receiving. Now Surya's been doing, I think Surya is the person who's had the most growth after joining us because she's learned so much. She's upskilled so much, learning from Excel, broadcasting to so much. And now she takes Notion classes also for our students. So I think, it's a amazing growth trajectory that cannot have a big round of applause. So I have dropped the link here. I will explain what the details and everything of the program is in just a short while. I want to see who are the quick action takers for everyone who's ready to work with a mentor to work on your health, your habits, to reset your goals, and really cleanse yourself internally. Now, I want you to take your journal. I want you to take out your journal, your notebook, or your journal, or anything. I'll give you 2 minutes very quickly. Take out your journal and your notebook or anything. Just show me a book, all of you. Show me a book. All of you. Turn on your cameras and show me a book. So I know that you're on the same page with me. Give me a minute. Yes. Yeah. How many of you can see the notebook here? Can all see the notebook? The journal, yes. I want you to set it in speaker mode so you can see it. Okay. Yes. So what we are now going to do is we're going to set a habit tracker. See, what is a habit tracker? Habit tracker is something that we create so that we can keep an accountability system for ourselves. You need to have, you see, if you want to do something, you have to measure it and you have to keep yourself accountable. For example, if you want to read 10 pages every day, then you have to you have to actually see and measure how consistent are you actually being with it. You have to set your habit tracker and you have to do it. Okay, you have to measure and you have to gauge your progress that way. Otherwise, you will not pay attention to this. And similarly, that is what a habit tracker does for you. So it works on this, it works on two bases that you basically, number one, write the habits that you want to write. Then you fill the dates that you want to do. Okay. So we are going to make a habit tracker where number one, I want you to, you can use your pencil or your pen. I want you to first draw a horizontal line like this. You can use a scale if you want. You can, just basically just set a line like this. Yes. Done. Now, the next thing that you do onto this is you basically, you can turn this, what you have set here, you can turn this into a nice box. You can turn this into a nice box. You can just actually pull your lines here and you can use scale if you want. You can just, just pull your lines and you can turn this to a nice box. And you're setting this inside a frame. Giving this inside a frame. Okay. Add another line here. Then let's just divide this into 2, 3. I want you to divide this into 5 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once you have done all of this so far, comment and done. So basically, I want you to be able to, number one, I want you to be able to make a box filling the page, add a top column and divide that column into 5. Done. Yes, what about others? Anparasi, Vandida, Angel, what about others? Done, done. Okay. Now here, I want you to pull this line down. So just pull this line down again. I'm just drawing freehand with the pencil. You can use a pen or a straight line or anything, and you can just generally just pull this down. Now here, let's first add this. Let's first now outline this nice and well with a pen. I'm giving this a nice outline. Going to give this a border as well. Okay. Now I'm going to draw a few hearts, suspender out of this. Just adding it a nice decoration. Someone is who's sharing this? Hello, who's this? Yeah, that's not possible. Only one participant. There must be an error or something, but either ways, you just add a few hearts here. We can set this out. You can draw a nice leaf. Just kind of like give this a nice little vibe. Can add your decorations just around this, just kind of like beautifying it. Now here, let's give it a habits, okay? First habit that most of us want is waking up in the morning. So let's just draw a sun to symbolize waking up in the morning, okay? Symbolizing waking up in the morning. Habit number 2 that most of us want is we want to exercise. So you can add a dumbbell here to make it like heavy to show exercise. Habit number 3. Most people, again, I'm just going with the comment what most people I've spoken to want to build or maintain. But feel free, you can add your own habits as well. It's a habit track building. Second thing is I am going to draw a person meditating. So how do I do it? See, I can basically just start with the round, pull my hand to form an S, right? Pull my hand to form an S, then form this infinity and take it out. This is one of the ways to draw a meditation person. So this is what meditation. Habit number 3. The fourth most important habit that most people want to build, it is reading. So you can just quickly make a symbolism of a book. Are you all having fun making these? Symbols and the sketches. Yes. Okay. Then what is another habit that you want to add into the habit tracker? I'll go with the home and audience interest. Tell me, I want you to comment in the chat box. What is the habit that you want to do? Cooking. Okay. Cooking your own food. That's a good one. Let's see more options. Planning, healthy food. Yeah. Planning. Okay. Planning or journaling. That is something that many of us want to do, right? So I will add one column for planning. Now, how can I show planning? I can show, in order for me to show planning, one way that I associate planning is with a pen. This means journaling. This means planning your do-it list or anything. Or another way that you can show a planning is also by making maybe, a box with a tick, just showing that, this is something that you're going to do. You can show a work laptop, right? You're planning on your system. You can show that. Time blocking planning. You can show this work laptop. You can show, yeah, you can show a lot of things, right? So feel free to add your symbolism. Now these are right now your habit tracker with 5 habits. Now what do you do? On this side, I want you to write the days. I want you to be able to write the days of a month. Okay, so right now let's create for 2 weeks. Okay, right now we are on 12, so we'll start from 13. We'll start from 13. So 13, 14th is a habit tracker you can start using from tomorrow. 15th, these are the date. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Okay, my thing ended at 27. But if you just, if I had left a little lesser space here, I might as well have well reached till 30. But you get the point. Right all the way until 30. Okay. Then what do you do next? You can simply, with your pen or with your pencil, just add horizontal columns for each day. I am good with freehand sketching, so I can do this, but you can feel free to use your scale or any straightening tool if you want. But basically, I want you to be able to get this right. You can do this with a pen or with a pencil. Up to you. So comment in done once you have done this. Done. 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 Right? Done. So now here, now it's done. You can, now it's actually very easy. Now all you need to do is, you need to see that whether you're actually doing these habits. Every night before sleep, just open this page and give a tick mark on the things you've done. Like for example, you're starting from tomorrow, and tomorrow you're saying that, I woke up on the day. I meditated, but I skipped exercise. So you leave that. Okay, I read pages, but I forgot to do my do-it list. Then next day, maybe you did 3 of this. So you tick that accordingly. On some days, oh, amazing day, I did all 5. Whereas on other day, you might be like, I did nothing. I didn't wake up only. I managed to only read. Take that. This is basically how you use a habit tracker. Every day you basically set and you see. Now, at the end of every night, imagine you're doing this. This is a tool that you're using. Simply by tracking yourself this way, you can keep yourself accountable. That's how a habit tracker works. So how many of you are going to use this habit tracker? Yes, me, I. How many? As many as you want, honestly. Yeah. I will say you can start with as less as 3 habits to expand to as many as 10 habits. I personally track 12 habits. 12 habits that I want to do, I track. But you can start off with 3 also. There are people who do a lot. Okay. All right. Yes. So now you have 2 options. Option A is you can take this habit tracker. You can start, you already know the theory. You've learned, you know that you understand the concept, and you can start implementing and applying this already into your life. You can set your habits. You can use this. I have provided you with the tool. I have provided you with the information. I have provided you with the tool, and you can just starting from today itself. If you want, you can just go ahead and just start with what you want. Certainly, that's a viable option. Option A. Or option B is, yeah, if you have tried this in the past and it has not worked. And by the way, there's no shame in admitting it has not worked for me. I showed you personally how I struggled a lot. See, when I explained to you my career and how it went, for 4 years, I mean, it took me uh, 2 years since 2018 to 2020 to actually overcome my fear and launch my first course. In our community, people do it in 3 weeks. Swapna, Ritika, they all launched their workshops and they started earning money also. So with the coach, it's possible that you can get things at an accelerated pace. So if you have tried this in the past and it has not worked, then there's no shame in admitting that as well. Then the following program I'm going to explain is exactly for you. So let me show you Surya. Thank you once again. She has been sharing the link. You can all take action. You can all register in. See, the way the program works is it works on fundamentally 3 basic aspects. It works on number one, it works on resetting your health and your habits and your behavior. That is the first thing. Your habits, your health, and your habits. That's the very first week. That's what we are going to be working on. So by the end of first week, in the end of first week, you're going to be more consistent with exercise. You're going to wake up and you're going to wake up in the morning with me. How many of you would love to wake up in the morning? Yes. How many of you would love it if you could wake up in the morning with me, sitting with you every day? By every day, I actually mean every day, except on weekends, 5 days of the week. Sitting with you every morning and taking you through the process of morning routine. We will be doing an art meditation, or we'll be doing an art meditation, or we'll be doing another kind of meditation. This will be followed by doing your journaling list, whether it is writing your gratitude list or your affirmations, or writing your journaling in general, or we are going to be working on we'll be adding your to-do list and everything. So I'm going to be taking you through an entire process of morning routine. You're going to do it with me. Then we are going to be the tasks that you're going to be getting. You will have to do your exercise and you have to share. You have to share your photo in the group where along with others, you have to make your do-it list and share. I'll be showing you an evening routine, how to unwind in the day so that you actually sleep well. So many of you, if you could sleep for 7 hours peacefully, how much more happier you would be. I'm going to show you the secrets behind how you can make the most out of your day. Be productive. You're going to have more time through the day. How many of you think all of these are some amazing things to have? You would love it if you got these results. Comment and love it. If you would love to have these results in your life. And what I'm telling is not a myth. It's not like empty promises I'm making. I am sharing, I'm talking based off the results that we have had so far. I already spoke about Jisha and Angel, and we have such amazing testimonials, such amazing case studies of people, everyone sharing their wins, talking about the achievements they've had for the day, and they're having such amazing time every single day. There is Anshul. Anshul, I think, is sitting in this workshop. She is part of our current life craft, and she has completely transformed her diet, her eating, her food habits. Like while she earlier admitted that she used to eat junk, whatever she got, now she's actually eating consciously, and as a result, she's feeling more energetic. Remember about energy reset? She's getting more time to do the things she loves. While earlier, her day would go like, I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm buying a lot of courses I'm not able to complete. She's now making time to actually get everything done. She is waking up every morning regularly. She's setting her trackers, her routines, and she's actually doing the things that she wants to do. And she's much, much more confident in herself than ever before. Now she's soon on her way to creating her impact. So she's been, we worked on this entire process where we worked on help people track their energy. They set their mood boards, and you can see the changes in what she was doing earlier, before and after. That's Angel. That's Anchal. Then here's Angel. Angel, I already told you the story of Angel, right? She is, again, she also struggled, facing struggles with consistency. And being a dietitian, this is super important for her because now she's much, much more at ease, and she's able to do much, much more better work for our clients than ever before. Look at all the results that she's been getting. Exercising regularly, reading regularly, creating her mood board, setting her space, time blocking. We have Ankita, who have, recently she appeared for a fashion show, and she practices, and in fact, it was amazing with Ankita when she came for the fashion show. She she did a whole dressing up, then she set up her space, then she was making a whole show reel, and she made this amazing show with all the papers and everything. It was absolutely mind blowing. Then there is Maitri who came in there, and then, her husband asked her literally, are you going to give your photos to matrimony? Because that's how she always used to wear dull colors. And then she came and she showed a completely new side of me by the end of the first month of learning with us. And these results are incredible. So in the first week, you work on your health and your habits. The second week is going to be all about your communication. How many of you here are camera shy? I can tell you, I can call out the names itself because many people, despite me repeatedly calling out your name, you have not joined and turned on your video for a Zoom session. Right? I spoke with a person today. She's an aspiring, she is going to join for MBBS. She wants to earn money through Instagram. And as I was talking to her, she told me she's camera shy. You see the mismatch there. On one hand, you're talking about wanting to become an influencer, wanting to create impact, wanting to change the world. On the other hand, you're afraid of putting yourself out there. A big mismatch. So the second week is going to be all about your communication. We're going to show you how you can introduce yourself in front of a crowd. Public speaking has known to be the second biggest fear after death. Number one fear is death. Number two fear is public speaking. It is true. Research has shown this. So studies on people have shown this. It is such a big pandemic. But imagine if I was a person who was afraid of talking out. Do you think I would be able to do any of this? How many people's lives are impacted because of what I'm sharing? How many people would have had all of that would have gone for miss? At least for the impact you want to build in the world, you have to overcome this fear because this is holding you back. The second week is going to be all about overcoming your communication and your camera fear. We are also going to be learning about tools. I showed you about a digital note taking app that I use where I write my goals. That is also an app that I use for writing down all my, that is also an app that I use for writing down all my book notes and masterclass. So yeah, all the books that I read, I write notes in it. So these are the books that I've been reading recently, and everything that I read, I write comprehensive notes in it so that I am able to recollect them when I want, and I'm able to take workshops of this. Imagine be having such comprehensive notes. Many of us, when we take workshops, we write in random books, store in random places, we lose them, never to find them again. Right? Imagine having a master place where it's your page, writing your notes, your ideas, everything in one place. No more need of physical books. No more running around looking for lost journals. You're going to be learning how to do this. How many of you would love this? Love to have this in your life? I want. Comment in I want. If you want to have these skills in your life, if you want to learn this, and if you want to these skills in your life, I want. So Surya has dropped the link again. This link is for you to, this is your call to take action. At this stage, you should be more than enough ready to commit and take action. I have worked enough on your beliefs. I have spoken in depth about the program. I've spoken to you, I've shown you the case studies, I've taken the merits. And at this stage, if you're still not ready to take action, I want you to question, what is this lack of trust coming in from? Is it because you believe that online learning does not work? If that is the case, why are you here? Or is it your belief that you don't deserve it? And that's a very important question to answer. Many of us feel guilty spending on ourselves, right? If your child asked you that I want to join in for a summer camp or something, you would happily give away. But for yourself, you become a martyr. Unless you work on yourself, unless you are happy with yourself, unless your cup is full, you can never fill others' cup. And most of us are running on fumes. We we don't give ourselves enough. Yes, Carol, I will answer your questions. You can ask your questions in the end. I'll answer your questions. In the end, for everyone who's staying back, your questions can be answered. Moving on to week 3, we are going to be working on achieving, you're going to be working on detailing out each aspect of your life in detail. We're going to be creating a version 2.0. We're going to be working on the kind of person you want to become, the character traits you want to build, the skills you want to build, the styles that you want to follow. You're going to learn how to show yourself in your best self. After this will be followed by a grand fashion show in the end, where you are going to come and just like in those Miss India, Miss Universe competition, you are going to talk like your version 2.0. How many of you would love that? To come, to show up in front, to share screen on Zoom and talk about yourself for 10 minutes in front of a crowd that's supporting and that's cheering you. How many of you would love to be a superstar that way? Comment in star if you see yourself being a star. Star. Because I want people who believe, who see in themselves the potential that I see in you. If I am sitting here talking with so much passion, and by the way, this idea for the session came from while I was cleaning. I started off by cleaning and this idea came. And I have no slides. I have did I show you any slides? No slides. No slides. I'm not reading from any notes. These are things that are coming out of my heart. Straight. It is because I'm talking with conviction. I know this works. Star. So we are going to be ending week 3 with a fashion show, and you're going to present yourself in that tone. This is, of course, the first stage of a longer mentorship where everyone beyond the stage, if you want to work on building your brand, if you want to help us, need our help in launching your offer, working more detailed onto your social media, creating your sales and customers, then that's the next phase, which of course will be explained to you as we go. So we have our programs at multiple levels, but this is for everyone who want to start from the basics, who want to get those small wins and feel that you are ready. You are ready to achieve your greatness. I will now unmute everyone, and I will now allow you all permission to unmute, and you can ask your questions. So I will answer your questions, all the questions. So some of the most frequently asked questions is number one, what is the time and duration of the session? So the time duration of the session is going to be such that we are going to be having number one, we are going to be having an orientation on tomorrow, 7 p.m. This will be followed by a movie night where we're going to watch Inside Out. It's an amazing movie that talks about your emotions, and you're going to understand your emotions like nothing else. It's a fun movie night we have. We do that before every program. We have a movie night. And then on Saturday, we'll be having a master class. So in the master class, I'll be helping you set your goals for the week. And, I'm going to be teaching you, giving you an overview of all the tasks that we're going to be doing on the coming week. Remember, this is not a learning program where I just sit for a master class and you forget. It matters what matters is the task that you do. Then following this, every weekday we meet at 6 a.m. We do the morning routine together. I will explain to you the task for the day, and you're supposed to share your task. So in terms of your time commitment, what you need as a sitting for a session is sitting for a Saturday masterclass. For the first week, it is at 7 p.m. the same time. From the following weeks, it is going to be 10:30 a.m. 10:30 a.m. Saturday, a 2-hour masterclass. This will be followed by half an hour every morning. We will also be having a doubt clearance session once a week. On Wednesday, 7 p.m., we'll also be having a doubt clearance session. All the sessions are mandatory. Even the doubt clearance ones are going to really help you understand and learn a lot. So that's in terms of the time commitment. The price is 5,000. This is the first and the last price. I'm not doing any of those, take now, otherwise the price will increase in 20 minutes. None of that timer fat jayega, aisa kuch bhi nahi hai. Nothing needed, because I genuinely know that this is a throwaway deal. This is a throwaway. I am giving you experience that I learned with 5 years of my life like this at 5,000. It's a throwaway. It's a throwaway price. And it's yes. So this time we are going to be doing, moving forward, we are going to be further experimenting contents in the program. This is probably the last time we're going to be doing it as a 21-day challenge as well. Because moving forward, we are going to probably go ahead and do a 14-day challenge. So yes, that's how the program structure works. Okay, that's regarding the timing. And yes, what are the other questions that you have? The date, we are going to be starting from this tomorrow 14th. We are going to start. Then think about it this way. Tomorrow is the orientation. Tomorrow 13th is the orientation, followed by a master class every Saturday, doubt clearance every Wednesday, and meeting every morning. If you can't attend the morning session for any reason, you are required to watch the recording of the morning session and then do the practice. Because this is about building the routine. This is about changing your behavior. It's not about learning some things and then going back. It's about actually working on yourself and working in that environment and changing your behavior. So by the time you graduate, you become a changed person. You feel different and you act different. Yes. Any other questions? Yes. So will the morning sessions be one-to-one? No, no, there are no one-to-one sessions. It's going to be evening, but it's going to be group sessions. But provided you're the only person to wake up in the morning, it will eventually be a one-to-one session. Okay. Yes. Yes. Any next question? So I've spoken about the timings, I've spoken about the sessions, I've spoken about the content, what is included. Then
Who
what
is
else?
joining?